So today we're diving into something called OpenClaw. It's an open source technology that's completely flipping the script on what we should expect from an AI assistant. And look, if you think you've seen it all with AI, you might want to stick around for this. Okay, I know what you're thinking, because it's the first question on everyone's mind. Is this just another chatbot? Right? We've all used them. You type a question, you get an answer. Is this just a new coat of paint on that same old idea? And the short answer is, nope, not even close. See, this isn't a reactive little box that just sits there waiting for you. We're talking about an agent, something that can work for you, on its own, 24/7, tackling complex stuff in the background even when you're completely offline. That difference right there, it's so fundamental that it puts OpenClaw into a totally new league. So let's really dig into how this goes way beyond the simple chatbot model that we've all gotten so used to.
This really gets to the heart of it. A chatbot is passive. It waits for you to say something, then it responds. An AI agent, on the other hand, is proactive. You give it a big picture goal and it just goes to work. It uses its own tools, its own memory, to figure things out and act on its own. It's a partner that's always on the job.
So how does this whole personal AI agent thing actually work? Well, it's built on a few core ideas that are actually pretty easy to grasp when you break them down. The best way to think about it is like you're building your very own digital employee from the ground up.
At its core, this is what we're talking about. It's a piece of software that you literally empower to act for you. It's not just built for talking, it's built for doing. First off, every agent has what's called a soul. And no, we're not getting spiritual here. The soul is its core programming, its personality, its tone, its rules of engagement. Do you want it to be a super formal assistant, a wildly creative partner, a get-it-done coder? You get to define its soul. Next up, the workspace. Every agent gets its own little private digital office. This is its own secure folder where it keeps all its files, its memory, its project history. It's a safe space for it to work, totally walled off from the rest of your system.
And finally, we have skills. So how does an agent actually do anything useful? Well, you give it skills. And honestly, the best way to think of these are just like apps on your phone. There are over 50 of them ready to go. You can give it the skill to manage your email, pull code from GitHub, create images, or even just check the weather. You equip it with the exact tools it needs for the job.
Okay, so you've got this seriously powerful agent. The next huge question you have to answer is, where are you going to run it? And trust me, this decision is absolutely crucial because it's a massive trade-off between privacy, cost, and straight-up convenience.
You really only have two main options here. You can run it locally, right there on your own computer, or you can set it up on a cloud server. And each path has some pretty amazing benefits and some really serious risks you need to know about.
The biggest, and I mean the biggest, argument for running it locally is security. Your data, your emails, your code, none of it ever leaves your machine. It is completely 100% private. The cost? Pretty much zero, just whatever electricity your computer uses. The catch is pretty obvious, though. When your computer's off, so is your agent.
Now, running it on the cloud means your agent is always on, which is great, but it opens you up to some major risks. For example, a hacker could send a malicious email with hidden instructions, so when your agent reads it to give you a summary, it might get tricked into executing a new harmful command, like delete my entire inbox. And because this is open source, the security, the legal responsibility, it's all on you. You have to be incredibly careful about the permissions you grant.
All right, now for the really fun part. Once you've got it all set up, what can this thing actually do? Well, the best way to think about it isn't as one tool, but as the power to hire a whole team of specialized AI employees.
And you can start simple. Just connect OpenClaw to something like WhatsApp or Telegram, and boom, you've got a personal assistant right in your pocket. You can text it and say, hey, summarize my unread emails, or check my calendar for any conflicts tomorrow. It's a super powerful and practical way to get started.
But then you can get way more advanced. For example, you could hire Neo, your own personal AI software engineer. You can give it access to a code base and just tell it to go find and fix bugs, or even tell it to build entire applications from the ground up. It'll write the code, run it to check for errors, and just let you know when it's done.
Or how about Pulse, your AI researcher? You can set it up to scan specific news sites, Reddit threads, and even academic journals every single day. And then, at 8 a.m. sharp,
It delivers a custom-made digest of everything you need to know. Think of the hours of manual research that saves.
And then you've got Pixel, your AI graphic designer. You can actually teach it your brand's specific visual style. Then you can just ask it to create a diagram explaining some complex idea, and it will generate a custom, hand-drawn style visual for you just like that.
So how do these employees actually work without you having to constantly poke them? It's all about scheduled autonomy. You can set up a heartbeat for regular check-ins, like scan my inbox every 30 minutes. Or you can use a cron job to trigger a specific task at a precise time, like send my research digest every single morning at 8 a.m.
Now, this all sounds absolutely incredible, I know, but it's really important to ground this all in reality. This technology is powerful, it's groundbreaking, but it also comes with a pretty significant catch that you just can't ignore.
This quote right here points to the really long-term vision. Some of the developers in this space genuinely believe that this is the beginning of what they call software going to zero, which is the point where building software is no longer about a human typing out lines of code.
I mean, just imagine that for a second. A whole environment, a system of AI agents, whose only job is to build other software. You just give it the blueprint, the high-level idea, and the system just handles the rest, forever, without a human ever touching it. That's the endgame this kind of tech is pointing towards.
But, and this is the most critical part of this whole thing, this is an open source tool. There's no big tech company holding your hand. There's no one to blame if something goes wrong. The power, the control, and, yep, all of the risk, it's entirely on you.
So that really just leaves us with one last fascinating question to think about. If you had access to a tireless, autonomous AI agent that could learn, build, and work for you 24/7, what would you build? The possibilities are really just starting to open up.